There is a type of pain that does not show on your body, but it weighs heavily on your chest, follows you into the night, and wakes up with you in the morning. It is the pain of anxiety, the constant worrying, the overthinking, the fear of what might happen, the pressure of what has not happened, and the stress of trying to control everything in a life that feels so unpredictable. From the outside, you may look fine. You may smile, talk, go to school, go to work, greet people, and laugh with others. But inside, your mind is running all the time. Thinking, worrying, imagining, fearing, and sometimes you don't even know exactly what you are afraid of. You just feel a heavy feeling inside you that does not go away easily. Anxiety is not just fear. Anxiety is when your mind lives in the future instead of the present. It is when you keep thinking about what could go wrong, what might not work, what people might say, what if you fail, what if you are not good enough, what if your plans don't work, what if your future is not successful, what if life becomes harder than it is now. And the more you think about these things, the more your chest becomes tight, the more your mind becomes tired, and the more your heart loses peace. Anxiety is like carrying a heavy bag that no one can see, and the worst part is that you carry it everywhere you go. But here is something very important you must understand. Not every thought that enters your mind is telling you the truth. Your mind can imagine problems that have not happened. Your mind can create fear that is not real yet. Your mind can make small problems look very big. And if you do not learn how to control your thoughts will control you. This is why many people are not tired because of the work they do. They are tired because of the thoughts they carry. They are not physically exhausted, they are mentally exhausted. To overcome anxiety, you must first understand one deep truth about life. You are not in control of everything, and you were never meant to be in control of everything. One of the biggest causes of anxiety is trying to control every outcome, every result, every opinion, every future event. You want everything to go exactly the way you planned, and when life looks uncertain, you feel anxious. But part of peace is accepting that you are responsible for your effort, but you are not in control of every result. When a person understands this deeply, that their heart becomes lighter because they stop carrying what they were never meant to carry. In Islam, your life is not random and your struggles are not meaningless. Your life has purpose, your difficulties have purpose, your delays have purpose, and even your silent battles have purpose. When you start believing that your life is not out of control, but is part of a bigger plan that you may not fully understand now, anxiety begins to reduce. Because anxiety grows when you feel like everything depends only on you. But peace grows when you believe that you are doing your best and leaving what you cannot control. Another thing anxiety does is that it traps you inside your own head. You keep thinking and thinking and thinking, but you are not acting. You keep worrying about the future, but you are not focusing on today. Anxiety lives in the future, but peace lives in the present. This is why one of the most powerful ways to fight anxiety is to return to the present moment. Focus on what you are doing now, what you can do today, what small step you can take now. When you focus on today, the future becomes less scary because you are actually doing something instead of just worrying about everything. You also need to understand that you are not the only one who feels this way. Many people you see walking confidently, smiling, and looking strong are also fighting silent battles. Anxiety is a very human feeling. It does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you have no faith. It does not mean something is wrong with you. It simply means you are human and you care about your life, your future, and your responsibilities. The goal is not to never feel anxious. The goal is to not let anxiety control your life. One of the ways to reduce anxiety is to reduce noise in your life. Too much social media, too much comparison, too much news, too many opinions, too many voices in your head telling you how you should live your life. All this noise confuses your mind and increases anxiety. Sometimes what your heart needs is not more information, but more silence. Silence allows you to think clearly. Silence allows you to breathe. Silence allows your heart to calm down. This is why quiet moments, especially in the early morning or late at night, are very powerful for a person who is always anxious. You must also learn to talk to yourself in a better way. Many people with anxiety have a very harsh voice inside their head. They tell themselves, what if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you are not good enough? What if your life does not work out? If you talk to yourself like this every day, anxiety will grow. But if you start talking to yourself differently, telling yourself, I will try, I will do my best, I will take life one step at a time, I will handle problems when they come, I will not destroy today by worrying about tomorrow, your mind will slowly become calmer. Overcoming anxiety is not one big decision, it is small daily practices. It is learning to breathe slowly when you feel overwhelmed. It is learning to focus on what you can control. It is learning to pray and speak to your Creator in your own words and release what is inside your chest. It is learning to be grateful even when life is not perfect. It is learning to sleep on time. It is learning to reduce overthinking. It is learning to trust that not everything has to be figured out today. You are not late in life. You are not the only one who is confused. You are not the only one who is worried about the future. And you do not have to solve your entire life this week, this month, or even this year. Sometimes the best way to reduce anxiety is to stop trying to solve your whole life at once and just focus on living one day correctly, one step at a time, one decision at a time. Life becomes less scary when you stop looking at the whole staircase and just focus on the next step. If you truly want to overcome anxiety, you must build a heart that trusts, a mind that focuses on the present, and a life that is not controlled by fear of the future. This does not happen in one day, but it can start in one day. It can start today with the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, the way you plan your day, and the way you trust that no matter what happens in the future, you will handle it when it comes. Because many of the things you are worrying about right now may never even happen, but the time you spent worrying is something you will never get back. There is a moment that many people with anxiety know very well, even if they have never explained it to anyone. It is the moment when you are surrounded by people, but you feel alone in your thoughts. It is the moment when you are lying down at night and your body is tired, but your mind refuses to sleep. It is the moment when you are smiling outside, but inside you are thinking about 10 different problems at the same time. It is the moment when you are trying to enjoy today, but your mind keeps dragging you into tomorrow. If you have ever felt like this, then you understand that anxiety is not just fear. It is a constant noise inside your mind that does not easily become quiet. But here is something very important you must always remember. Anxiety grows when your mind believes that you must control everything and solve everything by yourself. Anxiety becomes stronger when you think your future depends only on you, your plans, your intelligence, and your strength. That is a very heavy way to live, because life is too big for one person to control alone. When you try to carry everything alone, even small problems start to feel very big. But when you understand that your job is to try your best, to make good decisions, to be patient, and to keep moving, while accepting that not everything will go according to your plan, your heart starts to become lighter. However, you must train yourself to separate what you can control and what you cannot control. You can control your effort. You can control how much you study. You can control how you speak to people. You can control how you spend your time. You can control whether you wake up early or late. You can control whether you try again or give up. But you cannot control every result. You cannot control every opinion people have about you. You cannot control every delay in life. You cannot control every difficulty. When you try to control what you cannot control, anxiety will grow. But when you focus your energy only on what you can control, your mind becomes calmer because you are no longer fighting battles you cannot win. Another thing anxiety does is that it makes the future look very big and very scary, in that you start thinking about your career, your money, your family, your success, your responsibilities, and everything feels too much. But the truth is, nobody solves their whole life at once. Nobody has everything figured out at once. Life is not built in one day. Life is built in days. This means you don't need to solve your entire future today. You just need to win today. If you study today, you are building your future. If you learn a skill today, you are building your future. If you improve your character today, you are building your future. If you take one small step today, you are building your future. When you start thinking like this, the future stops looking like a huge mountain and starts looking like small steps you climb one by one. You also need to be careful about what you allow into your mind every day. If you fill your mind with other people's success, the other people's lifestyle, other people's achievements all the time, you will start feeling like you are behind in life, like you are not doing enough, like you are failing, even when you are actually trying. Social media can make you feel like everyone is ahead of you, everyone is successful, everyone is happy, and you are the only one who is struggling. But what you are seeing is only the highlights of people's lives, not their fears, not their stress, not their failures, not their silent battles. If you compare your real life to other people's highlights, anxiety will grow very fast. A powerful way to fight anxiety is to build a strong daily routine. Wake up at a consistent time. Start your morning calmly, not with your phone. Plan your day. Focus on your most important tasks. Take breaks. Talk to people you trust. Exercise your body. Sleep on time. These things may look simple, but they are very powerful for the mind. A disorganized life creates a disorganized mind, and a disorganized mind creates anxiety. But a structured life creates a more peaceful mind. This is why discipline is not just about success. Discipline is also about mental peace. You must also learn the power of breathing and slowing down. When anxiety comes, your breathing becomes fast, your chest becomes tight, and your thoughts become faster. At that moment, do something very simple but very powerful. Slow your breathing. Breathe in slowly, hold it, and breathe out slowly. Do this again and again. You are sending a message to your body that you are safe, that you are calm, that you are in control. Many people underestimate breathing, but breathing slowly is one of the fastest ways to calm anxiety. But another important thing is this: stop talking to yourself like an enemy. Some people are very kind to others, but very harsh to themselves. You make one mistake and you tell yourself, I am a failure. Something does not work, and you tell yourself, my life is finished. Someone is doing better than you, and you tell yourself, I am not good enough. If you talk to yourself like this every day, anxiety will live inside you permanently. You must start talking to yourself like someone you care about. Tell yourself, I am trying. I am learning. I am growing. I will figure things out step by step. I don't need to have everything figured out now. These words look simple, but they change the way your mind feels. And one of the most powerful things you can ever do when you feel anxious is to stop keeping everything inside. speak to your Creator. Speak honestly. Speak about your fears, your worries, your confusion, your stress, your future, your mistakes, your hopes. Do not wait until you have perfect words. Just speak. There is something very powerful about releasing your worries instead of carrying them alone in your chest. Overcoming anxiety is about building a heart that trusts, a mind that focuses on the present, a life that has structure, and the habit of releasing worries instead of storing them.